Good morning, Indiana manufacturers. Today, we're breaking down critical updates on major investments, energy costs, and workforce dynamics that could directly affect how your operation runs over the next few months. If you run a manufacturing facility in Indiana, there are three forces you cannot ignore right now: new automotive investment, pressure around utility rates, and a very large industrial park proposal that could reshape where capital and people go. Here's our number of the day: $1 billion. That is the amount Toyota has announced across its Kentucky and Indiana facilities. When a company that size commits $1 billion to this region, it tells you they are planning to build, to expand capacity, and keep production here. And when that happens, there's usually a long list of suppliers, service providers, and support businesses that get pulled into the orbit of that spend. All right, so let's get into the first story. Toyota has announced a $1 billion investment across its Kentucky and Indiana facilities, focused on boosting production capacity and upgrading infrastructure for future vehicle models. This investment is not hypothetical. They are putting real money into concrete, equipment, and production lines. For you, this signals strong confidence in the region's manufacturing base and the workforce here. It also means potential new demand for everything that supports automotive production: components, packaging, maintenance, fabrication, logistics, and more. At the end of the day, when an anchor like Toyota grows, it can open doors for nearby Indiana suppliers who are ready, positioned, and visible. What you should watch for is simple: Toyota's specific project timelines and procurement announcements. As those come out, you want to know which projects touch Indiana, what categories they're sourcing, and how to get on the radar if you belong in that supply chain. Here's a question for your team: how can we position our company to benefit from increased investment and production within the automotive sector in Indiana? All right, let's talk about what's coming next. We're going to talk about utility rates. Indiana's 5 largest utilities recently defended their current rate structures during questioning by state regulators. It's about time. Their argument is that they need stable revenue to fund infrastructure upgrades and keep service reliable for commercial consumers. For you, the truth of the matter is that the way those discussions land will show up on your bill. There's no question about that. Over the next 3 to 6 months, the decisions coming out of these regulatory conversations could massively increase your energy costs, and with it, your ability to plan budgets, operate profitably, and remain competitive. What should you watch? Any decisions or signals from the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, the IURC, and any announced rate changes from your specific utility provider, be it NIPSCO, AES, Duke, I&M, Centerpoint. Do not wait for a surprise bill. You want to know in advance what is being proposed and when it could take effect. Here's a question for your team: what is our current energy consumption baseline, and what contingency plans do we have if utility rates increase unexpectedly and we get notice of that within the next 6 months? Okay, here's the third story of the day. New details are coming out on a proposed $65 billion industrial park in Sullivan County, with developers now confirming advanced discussions with several large-scale manufacturing tenants, including advanced materials and clean energy players. For existing Indiana manufacturers, that kind of development cuts both ways. It represents a massive influx of industrial demand into the state, which can create new customers, partnerships, and projects. But at the same time, it can pull from the same workforce you depend on and compete for the same local contractors, services, and community resources. You should be tracking which tenants are confirmed, what industries they represent, and whether they sit upstream or downstream from what you make. That's how you figure out if this is a new customer, a competitor for labor, or both. Here are the questions for your team: how will a major industrial park in Sullivan County impact our regional labor pool, and what opportunities might it present for our business as a supplier or service provider? So let's pull this together for your operation. You have major automotive capex heading into the region, utilities defending rate structures under regulator pressure, and a proposed industrial park that could redraw parts of the Indiana industrial map. That combination affects your sales pipeline, your energy line item, and your ability to staff and scale. Now, look, I don't run your plant. That's your job. I'm the CEO of Tactical Energy Group. My job is to stay on top of the major changes that impact the Indiana manufacturing community. And while I'm doing that, my goal here is to provide you with as much value as I can. That's what the TEG Daily Brief is designed to do. Here are a few questions for your morning huddle. First, given the significant manufacturing investments and potential for new industrial parks, how are we proactively identifying and pursuing new supply chain opportunities within Indiana's evolving landscape? Second question, with ongoing discussions about utility rates, what immediate and long-term strategies can we implement to handle potential energy cost increases and improve our operational efficiency? And third, considering both new industrial growth and existing workforce challenges, what steps are we taking to attract, train, and retain the talent needed to meet our production goals for the next 3 to 6 months? If this brief has been helpful to you, send it to one of your peers who might benefit from a concise, high-value daily news briefing specifically designed to keep manufacturers in the know. I'm Daniel Burke. This is the TEG Daily Brief. I'll see you tomorrow.